right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kahakudash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Citations to you, Akim, out there pushing this truth with fearlessness, sincerity, risking your lives and freedom more so than ever. Back at you with another lesson through the spirit. All right. And shalom to the elect and shalom to the few Aquath that's in obedience. And we're just going to talk about Esau's judgment that's coming and how, his wickedness is being revealed. And the light is shining on all the wickedness that Esau it continues to do and is doing still, and people are, it's no really hiding it. And then how they speak wickedly about our oppression, how they feel about our oppression. Nowadays, they're trying to rewrite history and kind of change the sentiment of what colonization is, because they recently, your president has recently accepted immigrants from Africa, which are Edomites from South Africa, which the apartheid was about. Edomites going and taking land, colonization, and now Trump is trying to save them from South Africa and bringing them here, and and other things. But they're speaking, they're trying to rewrite history because of their shame and all of that stuff. But we're gonna do a few videos, and yeah. Sorry, hold on. We run that back. I knew the sound wasn't on right, so I could have just turned it back on and check it out.
We now have a generation that believes everything we did by colonization, it is true, that everything about colonization was wrong. There were some terrible things, and there were some good things to come out of it. And that is about properly acknowledging, for example, education, sanitation, transport. Yeah, there's so much that we want this unit. But you don't think that I forgot what we're talking about. No, I'm saying that
the audacity to say sanitation. Edomites had to be taught how to keep their animals out of the house. The only reason that people have animals in their house because of the Edomite culture. And you get parasites and dirtiness from animals. Edomites, so-called white people, barely take showers. They don't take showers a lot. All right? It's a hygiene culture separate from so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So the audacity to just spew lies like they do, just to make themselves feel comfortable, the cognitive denialism, the cognitive dissonance, all right? These people, when they were in France, back in the old times in like 1918, whatever, they used to throw feces on the floors and the women didn't take showers and stuff like that. They'll make movies about it, but they don't show you the half of how fucked up and nasty hygienic these people are, all right? And they cook with the dog and the cat all on the counters and shit like that till this day, all right? The audacity, man, and so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans had their own way of living, They didn't need that, but it was all prophecy and curses that we had to go through, right? And that's what that is. That's why we went through what we went through, and they were able to come and capture us and do their colonization, all right? Because we had to go through the curses, all right? A base people. These are a base people, all right? They didn't know shit. They still don't.
Put yourself in their country's work. Imagine yourself in the shoes of a 13-year-old boy hearing you say that. Yeah. What do they then? How do they carry that?
That's why they got critical CRT, all right? Because they're trying to, their history, if they keep teaching their history, then their children will realize how horrible of a race they are, how horrible of a people they are, you know? And they're ashamed of it. They're ashamed, all right?
Like, I think that who I am as a Brit is all about. I'm not saying that we shouldn't say it, but I'm saying that we hear much more of that than we do about the benefits of that period of time.
Because I don't think there were benefits. I think that we have to be completely.
There were benefits to us.
I don't think there were.
There were benefits to us. Countries did not. Countries absolutely not. Those countries did not have money. They did not have the creativity. They did not have positions of power.
For them to sit that they did not have the creativity and all that. So-called blacks, Judah, all them Hispanics, Native Americans, we invented everything that they use, all right? The audacity, the lies that they would put just to hide their shame, to hide the gruesome history they have, which they won't ever be able to hide.
They just didn't live like Britain did. It doesn't make it worse. It just makes it
So it's okay to live without education, and it's okay to live without a transportation system, is it?
They did have education. It just wasn't our education system. They had language. It wasn't our language.
It's cultural precisely what we have but yes, precisely what we have for.
Living the African dream. Are you planning to?
Yeah, so it's sickening to hear, but this is the time we living in, man. The shamefulness of their people, all right? They're shameful of what they've done. Let's get to I'm gonna go to Isaiah. They used to be proud of this, of what they've done to the people and the bloodshed that they've caused. Now they're ashamed. That's how you know it's the end times. All right. They used to be proud of this shit. Isaiah had them hanging so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on hanging them on trees and shit. Now they're not. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 and 2. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and Jacob is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? And will yet choose Israel. Set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right? And Jacob will be the rulers of this kingdom to come, and Esau will be serving and be in slavery under the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. That's what's coming. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. They're not ready for it. They know they got a short time, all right? You know, no matter what they do, the prophecy has to happen, and their kingdom is ending, and the kingdom means their rulership. You know, their rulership is ending, you know. That's why they're having debates and stuff like that, you know, because, you know, they don't want to let it go, you know. They don't want their kids to be ashamed and all that, but their kids will be serving the men of the Lord, and they're, you know, they're gonna be serving and being slaves in the kingdom to come. All right, and the colonization was very bad, like very bad, and they're still doing the same shit. There's nothing good about it. Jeremiah chapter 22 verse 13. Woe unto them that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and is chambered by wrong, and in his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. All right, and they try to change history and make it seem like so called, especially Judah, you know, like they got paid to do slavery or whatever. All this bullshit. You know, we were forced into slavery, you know, for 400 years, and then we have Jim Crow and all this shit. We were done wrong and still being done wrong. Red line and stuff like that. Nothing was had wages. Nothing. They didn't pay us nothing. It was nothing. They barely. They don't want to. They not giving reparations, but fuck the reparations. Real reparations is dismantling their kingdom and our kingdom to come, and we rule over everything, everybody, even the other nations. That's the real reparations. Give up power, all right? That's the real reparations. They got to give up the power. You know? Jake has had enough, man. We've been wore out by Esau's shenanigans, man. And they're gonna lie. And, you know, that's why this place has to be taken, like, they have to be taken out, because they're going to keep on lying. They're going to keep on lying and have no remorse in it. Psalms chapter 73, verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. All right? These people speak wickedly about our oppression, just like you just heard. All right, like it was nothing. It was good for us. No, it was not. We still dealing with the effects. All right, they don't want to hold themselves accountable. And nowadays, they want to talk about this new thing called black fatigue. And in the Bible, it does, you know, and it's talking about they're getting tired of the wicked Jakes, the hood, malnutrition, monsteristic mother raised. Out of control Jake that they created. They created the system. Willie Lynch created the system, but they don't want to hold themselves accountable. They just want to take Jake out. You know what I'm saying? That Jacob's trouble is coming, though. Psalms chapter 73, verse 8, NLT. They scoff and speak only evil. In their pride, they seek to crush others. They boast against the very heavens, and their words strut throughout the earth. So, you know, their whole earth watches them. They have they're on record, all right, and they have to pay for it. All right. We're gonna do a few videos with hold on 1 second. Like look at this. Look what these police officers done to these young brothers, man. They gotta pay for this shit. This is wicked, man. And this is one of many. They did this shit back in the slave days too. Because these so-called cops or whatever they are, they originated as slave patrol. So they did this same behavior during colonization. They did the same behavior when we were enslaved. It never stopped, all right? These cops are sick, man. They sit up there and rape that man. They buck breaking these guys, man. This is what they do, man. This is what they do. This is what they've been doing, man. They never stopped.
Claims it happened to him dozens of times. NPD officers from District 5 performed illegal strip searches while they looked for drugs.
I just wanted to end, saying, right?
Pettis believes there are other victims and is asking them to come forward.
I know there's a lot of other people out there who need help and seek help. It's time to come up.
This 22-year-old woman says a police officer strip searched her.
She was. Ethan put her hand in my pants.
Just didn't come to the table because I didn't think that was going to go through when nobody going to believe you.
That's how Christian McGinnis felt prior to 8 Milwaukee police officers from District 5 getting stripped of their police powers accused of doing illegal strip searches.
Man, I just wish they could get these guys on the street.
The 24-year-old is the latest person to file an internal affairs complaint. McGinnis claims he too had an illegal cavity search done when he was stopped by officers near 9th and Hadley back in December 2009.
He got a plastic rubber glove and he went in my anus. I feel assaulted and I feel like I can defend myself like I wanted to by him being an officer when he went up my butt. See, he has the probable cause to do that, so he wasn't supposed to do that. So it don't matter where you found the drugs. Really embarrassing to me. Very embarrassing.
It's degrading, it's demeaning, and especially when you haven't done anything wrong. They didn't do the.
That's Esau's behavior, man. Vile. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16, NLT. Make sure that make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau, who traded his birthright as the firstborn son for a single meal. All right? Esau's vile, man. All right? Godless and immoral to be in young men's pants with no... They do this. They've been doing this, man. This is Esau in raw form, especially when they got a badge. All right?
He pulled out my pants. Y'all ain't heard about that Detroit man who was sitting in his car in his own yard.
Detroit man shot and killed in his own yard by the police after they walked up in his yard plain clothes with firearm. He fired first, then hit back.
In his own house, and the police walked up on him, and he had to switch his ass, and they switched his back because they was in his shits.
Michigan State Police say members of the auto theft team were working undercover in the area around 4:40 a.m. 3-year-old Detroit man came out of a Chevrolet Cobalt and started shooting at troopers.
This officer, Lieutenant Renee Gonzalez, was working with his slow-ass auto theft team, something undercover. They okay in these people's neighborhood, but this young man just got off work. Now, according to his family members, when he get off work, he tends to like to go sit in his car and cheat. Shit, I do that shit sometimes.
4:30 this morning, I was sleeping, and I heard bullets flying through. I got scared. I jumped on my phone.
Now we need to get this story out. What's the shooting at?
It was a bad situation all around us. None of us want to wake up wanting or thinking that we're going to have to fire on somebody. But if it happens, we have to return.
Yes, y'all do. Yes, you do. You be ready to take another ninja out. Yes, you do.
Hey guys, so y'all let her say I have too many. I like to get home. So being is because the police were trigger happy, killed someone, and lied about it. Here's a reminder. Because the police were trigger happy, killed someone, and lied about it. Here's a reminder.
Chicago police are initiating a traffic stop on a driver reportedly for not wearing a seatbelt, according to the Civilian Office of Police Accountability. A traffic stop being conducted by 5 tactical officers.
Roll the window down. What are you doing? Roll this one down. Roll that one down too. Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up. Do not roll the window up. Now, unlock the doors now.
The temperature quickly escalates. One officer puts what appears to be his gun on the windshield. Reed then fires first, hitting an officer in the forearm, according to the initial investigation. Then, chaos. Reed goes down. Then, 3 final gunshots. 96 in total, according to investigators.
96 gunshots were found that were not received. $1.25 million. I will give you the background, and they put it up full mass. Chicago police claimed the reason for the traffic stop was that Ms. Reed was not wearing a seatbelt. Body cam footage shows that none of the officers were wearing seatbelts when they hopped out of their car with guns drawn. Then, when questioned how they could have seen a seatbelt violation through Reed's dark tinted windows, police then changed their narrative to claim they had pulled him over because his tint was too dark. The lawsuit filed by Reed's family states the real reason they stopped
I'm gonna, I'm gonna let it play because I don't want it to. But you know, this is what they do, man. Same situation that just happened. Think it's a week ago now. The Rodney Hinton. You know, same situations, man. It's a non-stop cycle, which they had to pay for. The Lord's going to bring true justice.
Forcing him to stop before ordering him out at gunpoint and never identity.
Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Shalak Rayam to Adawam.
Find themselves as officers or informing him why he was being detained. Full stop on that. You're in Chicago. A group, multiple vehicles, a group of human beings jump out, plain clothes, a gun. They do not identify themselves as officers. They do not have anything on their persons to identify that they work for the government. What do you think? You would think what anyone else would think. Hijack. Maybe something even more sinister. Police claim Reed was only 26 years of age. Responded by firing multiple shots, striking one of the cops in wrist. But that is not clear in any of the multiple videos released by the Chicago Office of Police Accountability. What it is that the cops fired 96 shots within 41 seconds. That's clear. Striking him 13 times and killing him after he stepped out of the car with both hands in the air, showing he was unarmed. 5 cops involved in the traffic stop. Ian Papa, Thomas Spanos, Victor Pacheco. People are starting to. No, but they're doing something. Delivery driver, I hate to say it. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Hey, man, what is your fucking going on?
And as you see, this is what they do.
A woman that's on 5-year-old boy's gonna touch on how you. Mississippi police chief said he shot that N-word 119 times. Said that if you kill an ill heifer in cold blood, I will cover it up for you, and a lot of other things. I have the audio. Here's that police.
And this post says this is why so many black lives are taken without charges. Slave patrol. Like I said, police officers are nothing but slave patrol that originated during slavery. All right, that's all it is, and it's all it ever will be. That's why they get away with it, and they feel like they're justified. All right, Let me get a precept right quick. Zechariah 11:5, chapter 11, verse 5. The buyers slaughter their sheep without remorse. The sellers say, "Praise the Lord. Now I'm rich." Even the shepherds have no compassion for them. All right, so let's go to the KJV because they you get more understanding on the KJV for real. Zechariah 11:5, KJV, whose oppressors slay them, which is Esau, Edom this is their kingdom, and they've been oppressing us, and hold themselves not guilty, and they've been oppressing us since for a long time, and they that sell them say, "Be blessed be the God, the Lord, for I am rich," and their own shepherds pity them not. And the shepherds are like your wicked ass pastors and all that stuff. They're not, they just get a paycheck. But yeah, they're not guilty after they do it, because this is Esau's kingdom, and they're gonna get away with it. All right, they're gonna get away with it. Just like the what you got something Nichols or something like that was attacked by many 5 different black so-called black cops, but even in the slavery days they had slave catchers that were Israelites as well, they had special privileges to do that. Even with Emmett Till, I'll bring up Emmett Till. It was some Israelites that were part of hurting him. All right, so this is what it is. All right.
Mississippi police chief said he shot that N-word 119 times. Said that if you kill an ill heifer in cold blood, I will cover it up for you, and a lot of other things. I have the audio. Here's that police chief. Now,
Not surprised. What these precepts say? Psalm 73 verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. This is his kingdom. He knew he could say that and get away with it. They get away with murder all the time, and they get away with talking crazy all the time. When it was a woman with her last name Hendricks or something like that, white woman, was talking, called a young man, young autistic boy, 5-year-old on the playground, N-word, and then went on GoFundMe or another Fundme page and got almost $1 million in funds because talking about she was protected, played the victim, but they protected her. You know what I'm saying? This is their kingdom. They can do shit like that, and they know it. But there was a woman on the TV net with Pierce Morgan talking about how she, just their pride is up there, and it's deceiving them too. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's go to 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. And cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right, so all that stuff is they got to pay for everything, man. These people had grandfathers that did this shit, and now they doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the NLT, but it's NLT, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. But soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come, drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame. And that's what they're ashamed of their history. All right? It's all coming to an end. All that proudness and shit like that. Some of them proud, some of them ashamed. Some of them want to go into hiding from this shit. They want to escape the realities of all of this shit, man. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5, verses 16. Redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. All right? So we have to be circumspect and aware, because Esau know he has a short time. A shame and scared person is going to try to take people out, especially the people that's pushing this truth, and that's these so-called black these Israelites, not black Israelites. I was going to say black Hispanics and Native Americans, but so great millstone, the Israelites, all right, which consists of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. And we speaking this 100% truth according to the Spirit, and watching this prophecy come about, and they don't like this shit. All right, these are evil times, man. All right. Verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. That's why we have to be watching, because Esau's that ancient hate that Esau has is getting even more greater. All right, that ancient hate Esau has is getting greater, man. They can't hide it. It's getting Salakia. It's getting more and more potent, and the Lord is doing that. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the modern day sword is the gun, in the time that their iniquity had an end. All right, they're being obsessive with it, and the Lord's going to punish them for that. And they continue it. Anybody that continues something and feel like they can't be touched, just know the Lord's going to get their ass, man. The Lord going to get them. It's their time. It's their time to get hit with that judgment, man. All right. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. I'm going to read this and we'll be done. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, and that's the time to come. Their kingdom is ending. Their wickedness is being revealed, along with the so-called black woman. Her wickedness is being revealed. Everything's being revealed to the point where they can't hide anymore. They were in secrecy before. All right? Hope Elect was edified. With that, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors unto the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Yaikwab, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.